Let's look at some general characteristics of a basic hip roof. If we look at our roof here in top plan, we can see we've got a ridge, we've got common rafters, and then these rafters that come out at a diagonal, those are the hips. So if we look at in 3D, common rafters go all the way from the outside of the building up to the ridge. The hips come down at an angle, 45 degrees, and then any rafter that doesn't make it all the way to the ridge is a jack. And in this case, since we only have hips, these are all hip jacks. They're identical to commons. So the tail, the pitch, everything is the same. The only difference is they don't quite make it to the ridge. They bump into this hip that comes out at a 45-degree angle. So again, we've got our common rafters. The rafters right in the middle that go up to the ridge are oftentimes called king rafters. But notice, we've got a common here and a common here, making a square in the corner. So one of the features of a square is that all sides are the same length. Same thing over here. We've got a common and a common. We've got our square, and our hip comes out exactly at 45-degree angle. And then lastly, for our overhang, there are only eaves on a hip roof, right? On a gable roof, there are eaves and rakes, but here, the eaves are all horizontal to the ground, and the trim piece is called fascia. So we'll come back and take a look at some particulars of that, but these are just the general anatomy of a hip roof. It's common to have the rafters in pairs opposing each other so that you have equal forces pushing against the ridge. So you have a symmetry. This might be an extra layout. You want to keep your rafters on layout, and you always need to have a king, or a common, excuse me, right where the hip is. So it may be that this is on layout, this is on layout, this is on layout, but because of the length of the building, we have this extra common in here to create our square in the corner.